the NMF, the one and only Stephen Wonderboy Thompson joining us now. There he is from the same spot.
What's up? Yo, my guy. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, Stephen. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, my goodness. Anytime. You know I love chatting with you.
Thank you.
We've been through like tornadoes together. Come on.
We have been. I mean, you have literally put your life on the line for us. Luckily, all is good over there where you're at. So now you're a part of the Karate Combat team as well. Tell us, what are you doing with them?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like following GSP's footsteps right now. I'm a sensei. So I'm one of the senseis to kind of give the fans the breakdown of what's going on during the fights. You know, I'm a 6-degree black belt in Kempo Karate. I've been doing it my whole life. So I'm kind of the guy that talks everybody through with the fans, what techniques are thrown, and also give them little tips and hints to some of the fighters as well.
So GSP did that last season. He's doing it again this season. Is this your first, I believe this is your first time doing anything for Karate Combat, correct?
I'm the new guy.
Yes.
I'm the new guy in Karate Combat at this point. So right now I'm like looking at GSP, of course, Boss Rudin as well. These guys are the veterans for Karate Combat. So yeah, man, I'm the new guy.
Back in the day when you were coming up, if Karate Combat was around, given your background, as you just mentioned, do you think you would have looked at something like this?
100%, man. I mean, there was nothing for karate guys back in the day. I mean, there still wasn't until now. You know, you spend a lifetime doing the martial arts. I mean, you would do karate tournaments, but not a real way to make a living off of it, right? So, you know, I'm obviously under contract with the UFC, and I'm happy there. But if this came along a lot earlier, I would definitely be doing Karate Combat for sure.
How does that work, by the way? Do you have to get, even though you're not competing for them, do you have to get clearance or permission to be a part of this from the UFC?
No, I think it's because it's so different, right? They're not trying to follow in MMA footsteps. There's no ground, there's no wrestling. There are takedowns. It's all stand up pretty much. So I you know, obviously my management, Karate Combat, UFC, they've worked it out to where I can do this. Yes, sir.
You would know better than anyone, you know, almost every kid in America does some form of martial arts. More often than not, it's karate, right? I mean, there was a time where there was a dojo like every single strip mall in America. Why does that not, or has not in the past, translated into other people trying this? Like in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s, so many young kids are doing it, yet it always kind of stops at some point and it doesn't become a profession. Why has that happened?
Yeah, because I think there were so many different styles of karate and so many different organizations. Nobody really decided to kind of bring it all to one competition. You have Kyokushin, you have Shotokan, you have Kumite, you have point fighting, the Walko rules. There were so many different ways to kind of compete, not at a professional level. You kind of had to roll over to either kickboxing, which is what I did. You know, as I was growing up, I kind of rolled over to kickboxing because that's what my dad did. So that's why I still train karate, which is why I still have that karate style. You know what I'm saying? So It's great to have somebody like Karate Combat be able to bring all the styles to one organization and compete.
I love the videos when you're like attacking the kids with the Nerf guns and all that stuff. Did you?
Man, we partied down.
I love it. I saw a video though where it looks like you're doing like some sort of video shoot and you tagged Nerf. Do you have some kind of deal with Nerf now because of this?
No, so I have done some work with Nerf in the past. You know, they sponsored one of our videos. We actually went up to New York, me and my buddy Matt and my brother, and we did a Nerf competition, and we all fought. You know, actually did a bunch of Nerf competition. You're talking about like professional YouTube Nerfers, right? I'm coming off the street in May into this Nerf. I got crushed. We had different obstacles and stuff that we had to go through to win this golden Nerf blaster. And but I was in the commercial. I was in one of their Nerf commercials, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
So it was just times, yeah.
That is amazing.
So anytime I have a chance to tag Nerf in it, man, I do it.
Did that come as a result of your videos with the kids?
Yeah, my management team also, but I met Nerf. I was at a convention in California. I think it was E3.
Okay.
Which is kind of like a gaming convention, right? And Nerf was there. So I got to shake hands with some of the higher ups in Nerf, and it kind of, you know, snowballed from there.
So now the last time obviously we saw you in action was December. Haven't talked to you since. Could I ask, in your mind, what went wrong against Belal?
Well, number one, after the Gilbert Burns fight, now everybody kind of has this blueprint on how they think they can beat me, right? Just take me down and hold me there. With the Gilbert Burns fights, it was actually more of a fight than the Belal, I believe. There were some standing exchanges, but the older you get, the harder it is either for the weight cut or the rehydration. In my last fight, obviously there's some things I got to work on, but I was kind of exhausted going in there. Legs were tired. I was fatigued, not lung wise, but muscle wise. And Belal took complete advantage of it for sure. I don't know if you noticed, I was definitely not on my movement. My movement wasn't there. I wasn't able to do that. My reactions weren't there. And sometimes that happens. That's the game. You got your good days and you got your bad days. You got to be able to handle both. But yeah, man, I'm back at the gym right now working on just kind of going back to the drawing board and working on everything. My striking, obviously getting better at that, but mostly my wrestling and my jiu-jitsu, because that's where everybody's going to want to take the fight. And knowing that, looking back at those last two fights, earlier in my career, my UFC career, I fought a guy named Nishan Burrell, and I pretty much out-wrestled him, And when I got back to the back, somebody from the UFC, I don't remember who it was, UFC came to me and said, look, Steven, great win, but it wasn't your wrestling that got you here. So I kind of was trying to read in between the lines. Okay, I got you. You want me to just try to stand there and knock these guys out, but it worked up to a certain point. You're getting with the best of the best guys in the world, the top 5. I got to have more than just my striking. So Be more threatening in those grappling situations. I don't know if you noticed when I fought Belal, he ended up going in for a takedown and I ended up slapping the guillotine. He backed up real quick, but I was too exhausted to finish. So going back to that and being more threatening in those situations, I'm going to have to be at this point.
A fight like that where it doesn't feel like you can ever really get any momentum. How frustrating is that when you get to the back and you're like, months into a training camp, this fight, and it doesn't feel like you ever got out of neutral?
Yeah, man, it is very frustrating. Not just for me, but for everybody that helped me prepare. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we worked on everything. We knew what this guy was going to do, but it didn't work out that way. So yeah, man, it was frustrating. I mean, the only thing I can take away from it, I didn't take much punishment.
Right.
They're much taking me down, holding me there. So I wasn't hurting at all. It was my first 2 fights that I've been in a while where I walked away without a scathe on me. I wasn't hurt at all. The Vicente Luque fight, the Nishan, or the Jeff Neal fight, those were some wars right there. I definitely felt those, but the last 2 just didn't really feel like a fight.
So the hand's okay, the knee's okay, everything's okay.
Everything's great, man. Everything's great. So that's why I'm kind of, super excited to be here with Karate Combat and kind of see what these guys are about. And I've been watching these guys for a long time, which, everybody loves a striking game. Everybody wants to see knockouts. And this is definitely a company that organization that makes that happen.
Have you tried on their gloves yet?
I have, actually.
What do you think of them?
Awesome.
I think they're cool.
I actually like them. And not the fact that, it's safe for me to wear. There's enough padding to where you're not breaking your hands. Right. You know what I'm saying? But enough to still do damage to your opponent. So I think I love the way that they're curved, right? So you're not to kind of stick your fingers out there to kind of curve to make a fist. There is no thumb, which I like. Kind of like with the UFC gloves, but with these gloves, the padding are just perfect. They're perfect. You're not injuring yourselves when you go out there and punch somebody in the noggin. I broke both my hands during Vicente Luque. Never done that before.
Wow.
Never broken my hands. Didn't have any hand injuries up until that point. So that's what I like about the gloves.
There's obviously more padding than an MMA glove, but I actually feel like that style would be better for MMA, if only because, all the eye pokes and stuff, if your hands are curved, it's a little tougher, right?
I agree 100%. It's a little harder to kind of get those fingers out there. If it forces your hands like so, you're going to make a fist. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. So I think it's less apt for you to poke somebody in the eye with those kind of gloves for sure.
Do you know when we'll see you compete again?
Hopefully soon. I mean, after my last fight, I had a collarbone issue, ended up tearing the cartilage in my collarbone. So, which is an old injury. I ended up injuring it during my Matt Brown fight. So that's how long ago that goes. So healed up from it. I'm feeling good. Back in training camp with Chris Weidman. I don't know if you've seen the Tube channel. We've been training together.
Yeah.
The guy's a monster. He's coming back strong and he's feeling good. So hopefully we can come back on the same card. That would be dope.
Do you have an opponent in mind? You're not the
Nothing
call-out
yet.
top type.
Got, I'm ranked one higher than Masvidal. And,
Right.
he's give me a striker, UFC. Give me somebody that
Yes.
wants to stand there and strike. Please. Masvidal would be awesome. The NMF versus, I know we've been talking about this.
Yes, for a long time.
Versus BMF. I know Robbie Lawler was thrown out there as well. Even though he's not ranked, he's still an exciting opponent. Some guy I've been trying to fight since he was champ. So there are some guys there.
What do you think of Masvidal's performance against Colby?
You know what? He kept his cool. I've been there. I just wanted to give him a big hug. Like, dude, I've been there, bro. I've been the guy's just constantly taking you down. And he's the guy that just wants to bang. He give him somebody that wants to fight, and that will be a fight of the night fight for sure. So he wasn't able to pull it off. And then you got the fight on the street after the fight.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which I thought was like, come on, guys. Come on, man. We get paid for this. Let's go. You ain't got to be doing that in the street.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man.
We saw Matt Brown, your old foe, this past weekend. Great fight. He mentioned something on Twitter afterwards, which for me, I've been talking a lot on this program about open scoring. I feel like open scoring would be tremendous for MMA. There's only really one commission that does it, the Kansas Commission. How do you feel about open scoring?
I think it would be pretty cool. I mean, just kind of know where you're at in between each round, after each round. I think that would ask for more exciting fights. If I'm down and I see that, it's like, that lights a fire in you, right?
Right.
And I remember when I fought Ellenberger, when he knocked me down that first round, I didn't need no cards really to kind of tell me. But with that mental aspect of knowing that, dude, I'm losing this fight right now, it kicked up a fire in me, and I ended up finishing him in the first round. But if it wasn't for that knockdown, you know what I mean? I don't know what would have happened, but it lit a fire in me. To be able to see that after each round would be awesome.
Yes. I feel
it keeps everybody true, right?
Yeah.
It keeps everybody true. So I think that would be great.
Imagine you had open scoring when you fought Woodley. Things might be different, right?
You know it. I mean, I think so. I mean, I still feel like I won that fight.
Which one? First or second?
The first one.
First one.
The first one was awesome. I mean, he did knock me down, but even the second one was super close. Dana thought I won that one too. But you can't look back. You got to keep moving forward.
Does that eat you up inside?
Not really. No. It really doesn't. I mean, what happens. You can't go back and change it. You know what I mean? So all you got to do is go back to the drawing board, keep training hard, and keep moving forward. I've always been that way.
Right.
I've always been that way. I've always been the positive, upbeat guy, and it kind of pisses some of my friends off that I'm not. I don't take things as seriously as I should, but that's just the way I am.
I wish I was like you. I take everything too seriously. I wish I could take just like 10% of that energy and bring it in me. And it's nice to see that you and Tyron are buds now, right? Like there's no animosity there. That was always the weirdest one to me. Like I just couldn't understand how anyone could hate you or be mad at you or say those things about you. Like it was like, you're the nicest guy on the planet. How's this possible? But now you're good.
I think, we were on his Instagram live. He apologized to me. We became buds. We were on, I think, the set of Cobra Kai.
Right.
And he was a part of all that, and we got to hang out. And he gave me some pretty cool, advice on fighting and who to get in touch with guys that would help you out. And he said he'd be willing to come and help me out with anything that I needed. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I love it. I love that you're a part of this. Seems like a natural. Wonderboy Thompson, a part of Karate Combat, getting to hang out with GSP all day. You've met GSP before, right? You know him. Oh yeah, we trained together. I mean, he's pretty much he's my guy. He was my inspiration. GSP was. He was in the corner of my very first UFC fight, 143. Was he really?
He was in my corner. He was.
Wow.
If you go back and watch, when I get out, he was there in my corner and gave him a big hug. He didn't last but a round, but still, he was
Dan Stigen.
Dan Stigen. That's right. UFC 143.
That's right. I remember it in Las Vegas, right? 143 was Las Vegas. It was Conda Diaz.
Yes. Dude, how do you remember this? What?
I'm crazy. 145 was Evans Jones in Atlanta, your next one.
How are you doing this right now?
Basically, and I'm not looking at anything, basically between like 65 and like 210, 215. I could name anyone right now. Throw out a number. Go ahead.
Okay. UFC 144.
UFC, well, that was the one right before. Sometimes I have to do the thing. Okay, so 143 was in February. UFC 145 was in April. Man, am I getting old now? UFC.
You're like a savant, bro. How do you even know this?
Yeah, well, no. I can't even believe that I'm stumbling on this right now. It's going to kill me.
Got you. If anybody's
Is this the first time? Wait. Give me a second here. 143. This is going to kill me now. 143 was Conda Diaz. March of 2012. I'm crumbling under the pressure here. This is a historic moment.
Right now. I'm waiting.
Wait. March of 2012.
Do you know, boss?
Do you know it?
No, I have no idea.
I can't believe I'm crumbling under this. I'm about to turn 40, Steven, and this is the first time in the history of my career that I've been stumped. I can't believe I'm being stumped right now. 144. Jones Evans was 45. March. Wow. Everyone's like,
come on, man. Everybody's watching.
Everyone's watching. Wow, this is history. I'm sweating like crazy right now, Steven. You're banned from my show. You were at,
I can see the pee coming down the forehead.
I remember. No, 143. Oh, you know why it screwed me up? Because there was 2 in February that year.
Oh,
there was 2 in February that year. February of 2000. I remember February of 2012 was in Saitama. Frankie Edgar versus Benson Henderson.
I remember that. What?
Rampage Jackson against Ryan Bader. Akiyama was on the card.
Cerebellum.
Were you at that one?
No, I was not there.
No.
I watched that from home.
God, I'm sweating so much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Just kind of keep you on your toes.
Right.
You're good, man. I'm proud of you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Steven.
You brought that back. If it was me, I would have crumbled under the pressure immediately.
Right. I'm a little bit shook right now because that's never happened to me before. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. God bless. Congratulations on the karate.
Give this guy a back massage real quick.
Yes,
please.
Thank you. Congrats on this deal and looking forward to seeing you back.
Thank you, guys. Karate Combat, guys. Check it out. Let's go. See you, buddy.
There he is, Steven Thompson. Wow. Had me shook there for a second. Am I right about that?